Alright guys, welcome back to another video in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today I will be showing you guys how to fully start up a Boeing 747 and get it ready for taxiing. As you can see right now, the Boeing is pretty much dead. No power at all. So first thing you want to do is pull up your checklist. It would be in your menu on the top. Then you want to go to before starting, and then on your keyboard click Control 9 to get the bottom half of the overhead panel, and I believe Control Control 9 and Control 0 is for the top half of your overhead panel. And so I'm gonna start off with Control 9, and first of all, battery switch. So that's up here. You want to turn that on. Then you want to go to your standby power over here, and you want to turn it to auto. Then you want to go to your external power units right here, turn those on, and then you want to go to your APU gen, and that will be your selector first. Sorry, not APU gen. Then you want to go to your APU gens and just click them, and if your external power turns to available, that is running perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and click all of those, and you want to turn on your fuel pumps after you are done fueling. So if you are not done fueling or you need to fuel, you should not turn on the fuel pumps first, because then your plane can blow up. But yeah, so you just want to, once you're done fueling, if you are not fueling, turn these on. Don't turn these on if you're fueling, and once you're done, turn them on. So you want to go ahead and click these. Oops, wrong one, my bad. And that is our fuel pumps. And then your beacon, which is your light, is all down in the bottom right corner here.
San Francisco Ground United 470 request
before you actually put your beacon on both in top and bottom, you just want to lower. And before taxiing, you never want these on. So you want these on mainly after you start your engine. So yeah, so once we're done with that, we can leave the checklist open. I don't know why I closed it.
Taxiing to gate Golf 102 via taxiway Foxtrot, 1 cross runway, 1 left Foxtrot, 1 Alpha United 470.
And stay there. I'm just gonna go to my panels real quick. Okay, and we're just gonna request taxi to depart straight out. So first you want to request for taxiing first, because then you know where you're going to go, in which direction you need to push back, whether it's steer right or steer left. So that is what we are doing right now.
Via taxiway Bravo Foxtrot, cross runway 19 right Foxtrot, cross runway 1 right Foxtrot, cross runway 28 left Charlie. Contact tower on 120.5 when ready.
Alright, we acknowledge our taxi clearance. We want to make sure our parking brake is off, and we do not want to start the engines right now. We are still waiting at the gate. So
cross runway 28 left Charlie AS at
we always want to wait for our clearance. And now we can go to ground services, request pushback, and then we can go outside, to our outside view. And if you notice, our blue arrows, well, I've enabled them. You're basically gonna follow those. So my blue arrows are taking me out here and then taking me over there. So I want to steer right for pushback. So that's what I'm gonna do. The moment I start pushback, I'll be requesting pushback to steer right. There's a delay in any of these commands, so you want to do them maybe 2 seconds earlier or 3 seconds earlier if you're expecting to turn at a certain time. So even the pushback stop, it is a little delay because you have to transmit it to the operator via the ground ATC. So now I'm going to must attempt to steer the aircraft
San
to the right.
Francisco Ground 8 SX7478112 Heavy requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right.
There we go.
ASX 7478
There we go, this is
Heavy,
what I was
your request
talking
has
about.
been transmitted to the operator.
There we go. So we're just gonna wait for the operator to turn us out here. I'm gonna click stop right now.
San Francisco Ground 8 SX7478112 Heavy requesting the
like
end of
so.
pushback.
And now we can transfer our comms to our AI if you want. If you don't want to, that's also fine. Anything's fine here. And then now I'm gonna go to my checklist here. So first you want to press Control 5, and that will take you through to your throttle quadrant. Your thrust levers should be at idle, which is right now what's happening. Then you want to press Control 9 again, and then you want to click these, and these are basically the engine ignition, so the starters, which is this. I just do them all at the same time, but if you want to do it one at a time, you can. Then you want to go Control 5 again, and you want to click all your fuel switches to run, and then at this point you can just basically tick everything because everything's gonna go fine, unless you opted for any failures in your flight. Then it would be a little different. You might have to do an emergency procedure depending on what your failure is, but I'm not doing it because it's a tutorial. And yeah, and then we can set our flaps to departure setting, which is flaps at 20 degrees. At this point we can check if our speed brake is working. If you want, you can put the parking brake. Normally I do, and sometimes I don't. It just, depends. And then if you have any ILS settings you have to do, usually your speed or your heading or your altitude, you would want to check your nav log for that, mainly for the heading. But this was a tutorial, so I didn't really have a flight plan. And yeah, so if you have a flight plan to go a certain place, you can select that. And my flight has currently set up, my engines are working fine. So we are gonna go back to the overhead panel, Control 9, and we are going to turn on all our lights. So that is on the bottom right corner right here. And then we want to turn off our APU, which is this button, and switch to off. Yes, there we go. And you want to turn on your taxi lights if you're going to be taxiing. And once you get on the runway, you want to turn on all these lights, which is basically your landing lights. And at this point, you have checked your brakes are working. You have put your flaps out for your departure settings, which can vary depending on your plane. Like for example, if it's a Boeing 787 and not a Boeing 747, your settings could be flaps 15 degrees here on the Boeing, because it is on the heavier side of planes, one of the biggest planes, Queen of the Skies. You will need a different setting for flaps, and that is what is happening here. It's 20 degrees flaps, and you are now set for your takeoff. Now you just have to taxi to the runway, your assigned runway. Mine is 28 right, 28 right, SFO International Airport. So I will be taxiing to that runway, and I will depart from there. And that was basically it. So, tutorial of how to start up a Boeing 747-8 Intercontinental. Very easy, very simple. You should pretty much get the hang of it in like right after you watch this video. It's pretty easy. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like it, and I'll see you in another video. See you guys.